All right, guys, we're going to take DT50 out on a Friday night. We're just warming her up a little bit. Ensure that cylinder's warm. Let me know what you think about the microphone setup. I've got a little different setup here. We should be able to actually communicate a little better. You should hear me better. So we're just going to let this baby warm up a little bit. Away we go. A buddy of mine asked me whether I was, whether the clutch was dragging a bit or slipping, I should say, and no. I just end up fanning the clutch a little bit. It probably sounds like it's slipping, but it's really not. So right now I'm in 4th gear, and we're just kind of going along here. 5th gear. So as I had told everybody earlier, I have 12 tooths in this baby, and I'm not really trying to ring her out. You know, I'm just kind of lugging around. You know, I could rev it like a, you know, like a 125 or something, but you know, I just want to kind of ride her around kind of slowly and see how she does, get out. Of course, get the temps up a little bit. I really like this gauge. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's pretty nice. You know, I can see where this thing is at. And with these bikes, you know, you got to get right to around 7,500 RPM. Now, one of the things I kind of want to do, here comes a car, a Jeep. One of the things I really want to do with this bike, if I could, go ahead, is I want to try the flip of the, I guess it's the stator. Starting out in 2nd gear there. The idle's so good. It's almost like, why mess with it, you know? But there is a stator flip or something like that that guys will use to advance the timing just a little bit. And it's tempting to see what happens. And I've done that on a few of my bikes. So that's me just pulling in the clutch a little bit. The reason we're doing that is just keep the revs kind of right in that power band. Anybody that's ridden a 125, I mean, you know exactly what that's about. So just imagine a 50, right? Now, a lot of y'all probably know I've got a number of bikes, YZ250X, lots of big bores, and I'm used to all those. See, I just missed the shift. You can see now I'm just kind of barely going here. So I'm going to have to really, oh, we got some cars here. Let's see if I can. I'd be wearing some clutch plates down. Yeah, normally I would take that uphill a little faster, but I didn't do that. The car was there. I didn't want to jump out in front of them. So you can see I kind of, I don't know what gear that is. 2nd gear? Kind of odd. Yeah, with this bike, I got to get used to 3rd gear, 2nd gear, you know, what I'm doing here. I'm just barely chugging along right now. But as y'all know, with any 125 or whatever, right, small bore, if you miss a shift, if you're not constantly in that power band, you know, you're just kind of bogging. I wouldn't say the bike is bogging. I'm just not optimally, you know, going through all the gears in the perfect RPM range. So we're just gonna go over to the park here and riding around, see what people are doing. A little bit of my evening routine on a Friday. Thanks for joining. Pretty much do the exact same thing that we normally do. So yeah, we'll let her sit for a bit. So you can see our temps are actually not bad. But yes, with these small bores, you've got to pretty much be 100% on it. You know, you can't let the bike lug too much. Now, I will say with the lower gearing, it does lug pretty good. So there is a mod that people talk about. It's called like the stator flip. But basically what you're doing is there's a little bitty metallic pickup piece, I guess, in the ignition stator, and you're flipping it around, which then advances the timing. So that little pickup flip, I guess is what it's called, is a pretty good deal from what some people say, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it. I've advanced the timing on some bikes, like my YZ250X, just because I didn't like the really soft bottom end. And I wanted to get some harder hitting bottom to mid, and it worked really well. Really well, actually. The bike is just a monster top to bottom. But on this thing, I'm not really sure you're going to pick up much, but it is something I want to see. Now, we know when you increase the advance of the timing, you're going to lose some revs. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? So, and you're going to pick up more engine heat. And if you lose revs on a 50cc, I mean, are you actually losing horsepower, or did you just kind of shift horsepower? But if you look at like the, you know, HP curve, you're going to see on bikes that keep making power as they rev, I mean, you have a very high increase in horsepower. You may even have like an exponential increase. I'm not sure. I want to do it, but it's a quick mod. It's something that's reversible, but a lot of DT50 guys do it. The other thing I could do is put an HPI ignition. The HPI ignition seems to rev quicker, and of course on this thing, getting into the power band is really important, you know, quick. So that could be something I do one day. But you know, the joy of this thing is just that it's so reliable. You know, you're just, you know, I'm gonna get it street legal, obviously. I shouldn't say that on video, but she's a street legal bike. Let's just put it that way. But you want to be able to just ride it and have fun with it as is, right? Not have any issues. But yeah, I couldn't be any happier. I mean, this thing, I had all forgotten about it and just kind of thought it was done. And it's amazing. If you guys haven't seen the video going back to see what she was like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's probably, I wouldn't say the hardest build I've done. I think the KX500 was a lot more frustrating just because of the mechanical issues. But I would say this build is the greatest differential in the before and after, because I thought there's just no way this is ever going to come together. I mean, everything was just toast, and then you had the whole electrical thing. So I'm pretty shocked. But you know, I've always thought if you just focus, if you really focus and you have a strong intention, right, you are going to, you're going to get somewhere, right? You're going to get farther along than if you don't. So I just figure, let's do it, you know. Now there is a mod that I'm going to be trying, and I reached out to a guy today. It's a strange looking car. There is a guy I reached out to today that has a 6-volt LED H4 light that is for sale, light bulb, and it's a LED, and it's got the diffuser, which is basically kind of like a control unit that keeps it basically keeps the light from flickering, the LEDs, because they will do that when you have an alternating current like this. So I might, yeah, I bought it, so we'll see, but I'd like to get this to a brighter LED and see what happens. I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad, and I kind of like the amber glow. It's kind of fun, but you know, I'm very curious to see what'll happen, and I'd like to try it, you know, for the people. For the people. All right, that's first. Yeah, okay. I think I'm in fourth right now. Yeah. So first, I mean, in this gearing, you know, just to say, like, first gear is pretty much like, yeah. So this is fourth gear. First gear is pretty much like not usable. So, you know, there's a chance I might switch to, you know, a little taller gearing, or just go back to the stock gearing. But like I said, where I ride here, there's just all sorts of hills and elevation changes. So to me, I really think it's probably better to just, you know, go with what I got. But we'll see. So anyway, this H4 LED bulb seems pretty legit, and I'm going to see what happens if I install that on here. It would be nice. I don't think it's essential, you know, but it would be nice to actually have a little better lighting. Not even so much for me seeing better, because I kind of feel like I see better, but just more for people to see me, right? So I don't get smacked one day. Little curb jump there. Now this bike has almost like a chopper-like feel. It's interesting. Always at 7,000 or 8,000 RPM that has kind of the nicest power. But it's nice to be able to just kind of putt around. Go around one more time. But yeah, I think that bulb will be interesting. I always like to do things for the community. So, you know, when I'm building bikes, you know, I like to let people know about stuff that I learn about and whatever else I do. And kind of the same way with, you know, other things. I think it's kind of fun to just kind of let people know and, you know, be able to, let them learn. So I am actually now on the sidewalk, which I know it's kind of crazy, but whatever. This might be a second gear maneuver. You can see how dim this light gets if you don't have any revs. It gets really dim. So yeah, it looks like I'm in third, which, yeah, you know, I guess the jury is still out on the 12. I mean, it's very low. So, I mean, granted, I might say that it's probably better. Might be better to have the stock gearing. I don't know. We're just really going slow today. I guess I'm tired and lazy. But definitely, I think a little better headlight might be in order, especially, you know, if I'm out riding at night. But this thing, she will get going, man. I mean, once you decide to turn her on, she will go. Just got to stay in those revs. Now, I didn't really want to be on the street, but I ended up forgetting what one of those side streets was, so here I am. But once you get going, I got a little bit of a downhill, but yeah, she moves really good. I really like these mirrors. These are some good old Amazon mirrors, but they're way better than those round ones. Pretty awesome that Yamaha made a street legal two-stroke. I mean, you know, and also with clutch and 1 down, 5 up, and you know, everything like a full-blown motorcycle. I mean, I can imagine being 16 and having one of these things. I mean, man, you'd be like the coolest kid in town. But you can see how dim it is when there's no RPM. So we'll see. I'm definitely going to try those LEDs. Now, if you see that blue light, that is the that's the light for the high beam, and that is an LED in there, not the high beam itself, but the indicator light. I ended up buying a bunch of LEDs. I was going to change out the instrument lights, and I decided, you know, I really like the amber glow, but I do notice at low RPM that light will flicker. I'll show y'all. It's always weird, like water hits me right here. I don't know, sprinklers, I guess, maybe? I don't know. So we made it. We're almost home. Little rendezvous, little late night ride. Definitely kept the revs a little lower today. I think it's been a long week, so I don't want to tempt fate at night. So yeah, I might do the pickup flip mod. You know, I'm curious. That may be in another video. I'll definitely let y'all know before I do that, because that would be a very interesting little test. So I think that a little advance might be helpful. I think a little more compression would be more helpful than advance, but we'll see. So you see, this is the, see how that bulb kind of goes down and flickers? That's your LED because of that alternating current. All right, guys, we did it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe. And let me know anything else you want to see content-wise. We'll have to get some of the other bikes out. Thanks for watching.